Hey Booktube, this is Kelly and you are watching Books I'm Not Reading. I am so crazy right now in this moment, I can't even explain to you. This morning I get a Voxer message from Jo Smith and she's like, don't get stressed, like whenever you want to share your thoughts about it. I'm like, Jo, I am not stressed out about reading. Like, admittedly, I do have a lot on my plate at the moment, but the rest of my life is so insane at the moment. I'm just like, I don't even understand. And Jason's been saying this for a while, but it's just like, I don't even understand anymore. Like, I don't understand what's happening to people, why people are behaving in a certain way. And I'm talking about like even more than the pandemic, although admittedly, oh God, it feels like we're like living in 2020 again, right? A little bit. It's starting to feel a little that way. I'm going to tell you about what I'm reading because I know for some reason you really want to know what I'm reading. But we did have Lukash from A Cruel Reader's Thesis here for a few days, and it was delightful. And if Lukash ever, invites himself over to your place, he's the easiest guest to take care of. He is so kind and really can become pretty animated at times about things. So anyway, it was great fun. We made Mad Libs videos and laughed and yesterday I made the mistake of looking at my analytics, and I don't know why, but I was just like, I wonder what the Mad Libs video, like what are the analytics on that? And I clicked on one of them, I don't even remember which one, and I lost a subscriber over Mad Libs. Good grief. Like it's really important, and I suck at this by the way, but it's really important not to take ourselves too seriously. This is Booktube, like it's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to feel like you're required to do something, or like it's for pleasure, right? I mean, am I wrong? Am I crazy? I feel super crazy. Can you feel the crazy coming through? Okay. So Shelley Swearingen, an awesome new booktuber, made an original tag, and it so reminds me of growing up and reading 17, and like there's like questions about how similar you are to Jane Austen, and she tagged me in that video, and I do want to do that tag, but I really want people to, like all the people in Jane Austen July actually, to do that tag next year. So Shelley, are you okay if I put off your tag until next July? I'm thinking that it could have a second life. Like it could have a whole string of other people do that during Jane Austen July. I think every year we need a different tag. We need another tag about Jane Austen. Which is and that's the only Booktube event I feel that way about. I'm gonna lose it, you guys. Okay. So anyway, so I realize I was tagged in that, and I love it, and I think it's a brilliant idea, but I'm gonna hold off until it's actually Jane Austen July. So, hopefully Shelley will forgive me for that. Second of all, and this is one of the best, like the most rewarding parts about having a channel, okay? For those of you who are thinking of starting a channel, or those of you who have just started a channel, one of the best things, especially if you are surrounded by people whose bookish tastes are different from yours or who aren't readers, one of the absolute best parts of Booktube is talking about books that you love and then finding out other people went out, bought them, sometimes in another language, and read them. It is amazing. It is such a wonderful feeling. I recently had one of my friends read Lonesome Dove, and another friend I'm going to talk about later, like, has purchased a couple books I've recommended in another language. And this week I was shrieking as soon as this came across like my subscription feed. I was just freaking out because Jordan Parsons reviewed Andersonville, which is one of my favorite Pulitzer Prize winning novels, and he decided to check it out at my recommendation, and he made a review video of it, which is great. I don't quite agree with everything that he said in it, but it's been a long time since I've read it, and I mean, yeah, like, but it's an amazing book, and I was so happy to see somebody else loving something that, like, I can hardly ever get anyone else. I can't, my husband hasn't read Andersonville, so yeah, it was so wonderful. Thank you, Jordan Parsons, and I will link to Jordan's review of Andersonville. It is spoiler free, but I will link to it down below. All right, so now the big question: what am I reading? Oh my gosh! Can you guys see? Can you see? Do you remember last Friday when I was reading East of Eden by John Steinbeck? Guess what? I'm still reading East of Eden. I am still loving it though. Okay, so I think it was Sunday. And Jason and Lukash were out in the living room, and I was reading in bed, which is the other great thing about having booktubers come and stay, is like, they can, like, we can just chill and read, and it's not a big deal. So anyway, I was reading, and I just got the giggles. Like, there was something so funny in this. I was not expecting to have this kind of real moment of just hilarity. I don't even know what the word is, because I'm just so, like, messed up at the moment. But yeah, so this is an amazing book. The Grapes of Wrath is an amazing book. I don't know. This is definitely much more like a sweeping epic, and I'm really curious to see where some of the things go. But yeah, like, wow. So anyway, this is shaping up to be a 5-star book. So I'm so happy to be reading this with Joe Smith, who I have read probably more books with than anybody else on Booktube, aside from Jason. But, like, we haven't really read anything together on Booktube. How weird is that, right? It's weird because everything is weird. Okay. Nancy, who you probably know as Moon Poem, and I we're still reading Nick Hornby's songbook. The second collection of essays we read, I thought Nick Hornby did some really cool things with transitioning, like taking an artist doing a cover of a song, and then the next essay moves into actually who originated that song, but not talking about the same song, but just shifting over to that artist. He did actually pick a song that I don't know if it was on the CD when the book came out, and I actually don't even want to say the name of it because then you guys will all go search for it, and it's not really worth your time. But, like, even Nick Hornby says, like, he didn't feel the need to listen to the song again in writing the essay. He'd heard it years ago, and I guess it's like a 10-minute song. And so I didn't listen to all of it either, frankly. It's creepy, and I don't know. It's hard for me to call it music, really. But anyway, I'm not going to say what it is, though. Yeah, and then, like, just Amy Mann. I really love Amy Mann. Well, not really love Amy Mann, but I really like Amy Mann a lot. But the song that he's talking about in here, I just was kind of like, could we listen to, like, a better Amy? Like, Amy Mann has better songs. Like, so artists that I'm familiar with, but just not, like, maybe the songs that I really like, but that's okay. That's okay. There's an Annie DeFranco song on here that I hadn't heard, and I did really like it. And what the heck was that? I can't remember, you guys, because I can't really even remember, like, I don't know, yesterday? Anyway, so, yeah. Anyway, so I am loving getting to read a book with Nancy. She is so knowledgeable about books and movies, and now I'm finding out so super knowledgeable about music. So that's great fun. And now, just because I don't have enough to read, I'm starting to buddy read this weekend with my friend Laura, and she had a Booktube channel for a while and took it down, which broke my heart, but she has to do what she has to do. So but she's on Instagram, and I'm on Instagram too. I just only post, like, cat pictures. Like, I don't post book pictures. Why is that? It's because I'm always reading the same thing, you guys. So anyway, I've got to get better about that. I'm still working on the Instagram, and I am still really trying to figure things out. I saw this, like, cool giveaway on Instagram, and then I was reading all the things you had to do to be entered into a drawing for one of these, like, many amazing items, and I'm just like, no, that's way too, like, no, I can't do it. There's too many people. Like, it's just, there's too much to do for a giveaway that I'm not that, like, I wasn't that excited by, but anyway. However, I am really excited to read Pilgrim at Tinker Creek. I think Jason had to read this in graduate school, I think. And then he has since read it again, and both times he's just been blown away by the writing. So I have definitely high hopes for this. But like I said, I'm going to be reading this with my friend Laura, who is in Italy. And like I said, she's on Instagram, and I will link to her Instagram account down below, so that you can connect with her there. And my Instagram account is down below if you want to connect with me there. I really only set up an Instagram account because there were some people who didn't feel comfortable with Voxer, so you can message me on Instagram if you want. You can message me on Goodreads. It's all good. So, or you could just leave your thoughts about this insane video in the comment section down below. So here I'm gonna do what I like to call a Steve stack. So we have John Steinbeck's East of Eden. I have, I think, like 250 pages left. We have Nick Hornby's Songbook. Gotta get this perfect. And then finally, my latest edition, Pilgrim at Tinker Creek by Annie Dillard. This also won the Pulitzer Prize. It didn't win it for fiction, so that's why I haven't read it. All right, you guys, I look forward to your crazy comments. And tell me about what you're reading this weekend. Are you staying cool? Because some of you, I'm terrified when I hear about your temperatures. Are you staying safe? Booktube, it is super important to be kind to yourself and to be kind to others. So just remember that, and I will talk to you soon. You guys take care. Bye.